Opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or messages posted in chat are strictly their own personal views and do not reflect the views of Bolin Services, Inc., a 501c3 nonprofit organization, nor does it reflect the views of the sponsors of this program. Political commentary, if any, are strictly personal opinions and should not be construed as endorsements of or opposition to any political party, candidate, or voter initiative by Bolin Services, Inc. This audio-visual presentation is copyrighted by Kenneth W. Bolin. No rebroadcast, retransmission, simulcast, or other distribution of this video or the audio associated with it is permitted without the express written permission of Kenneth W. Bolin. All original content on this presentation is owned in full and solely by Kenneth W. Bolin.
Warning, the following podcast has extremely high levels of Kenny Bolin. Studies have shown that excessive exposure to Kenny Bolin may have damaging effects to your physical and mental well-being. Viewer discretion is advised. No, seriously, we mean it. There will be naughty words, lots of them, probably. Now you've been warned. This warning sponsored by the Story Time with Dutch Mantel. Warning.
Yeah, shit. All righty. We had the very famous picture of Chocodilla and Sunny Boy up there that apparently was put up before I started the show tonight, and had to figure out how to get it back down. Looks like I'll be by myself tonight. I think Bob is celebrating Nerd Night. And let's see. Looks like I got something to address here right off the top of the bat, if I can read the damn thing. I thought Jason might be here tonight, but I don't see him yet, and it's already about 9:15, so maybe he won't be here tonight either. So we are going to get through this as the best we can. It is going to be an emotional night, to say the least. Oh, I didn't even take the time to adjust my little water bottles and all that. Well, y'all will forgive me tonight if I'm not 100% prepared, because I almost weaseled out of doing the show tonight because I was thinking I was going head to head with NBA basketball tonight, but that's tomorrow night, and I didn't want to share Choco's spotlight with the Indiana Pacers and Oklahoma City. So Jambi's in the house there. Hi, Jambi. And I did hear from 2 or 3 different people today that I didn't think I would hear from. I'll get to that in a little bit as we get a bit of an audience in here, or lack thereof, depending how many people give a shit. And hi, Scooby. You want to come up here and say hi? Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. I know. There's little Scooby right there. There's little Scooby. He's been having a tough time too. Choco was his buddy. There's no doubt about that. They slept together every single night, and it's been an adjustment for everybody, to say the least. And I don't guess I really need that on anymore. I just got done. My Cincinnati Reds have been doing everything they can to put me into a little bit better mood. I won't ruin everything tonight, but the Reds did something tonight that they have not done since 2021. I didn't realize it had been that long, but it had been 4 years since they'd done what they did tonight. And then they did a second thing tonight that they've never, ever done. Hi, Scooby. Yeah, I told everybody that Scooby normally opens every show for me. Can you guys hear me okay? And is that the microphone that's on? Because I didn't really get a chance to go into settings or anything. And like I said, I thought I might have a little bit of help here tonight, but I guess they got other shit going on. And so if anybody shows up, fine. If not, then like I said, we'll get through it. And I've almost guaranteed everybody that there's going to be some tears tonight. It's almost inevitable. I have cried pretty much since Thursday night. Didn't take long, did it? And yeah, I am. I don't do many fundraisers on here for myself, or in this case, for Choco. But for us to try to save her was very costly. We got 2 different vet opinions, 2 different sets of tests run, because she had seemingly been getting better the past several days. I mean, she really struggled for about 8 or 10 days, and we thought it was arthritis. Everybody that looked at her thought it was arthritis, because she was still bright, still alert, still doing good, still smart as a whip, just in pain. And we all thought it was arthritis. But after the diagnosis from 2 different vet clinics, they withdrew blood from her, and they said that her tumor, that she had a tumor in her stomach. Well, there's no way we'd know that because it wasn't visible. There's no way to know, but a tumor had ruptured and blood was filling up in her stomach. And then the tumor would heal over a few days. And then when she would get a little bit more active, it would rupture again. And it was just a repeated cycle keeping her in pain. But she's so tough and so strong that she was a fighter. a lot tougher than me. She touched a lot of lives. She used to go to Bellarmine University just about every night. My son worked security there for many years, went to school there for years. Maya graduated with honors there. So she was pretty much a mainstay on that campus, and everybody there knew her. And we've been getting letters from people that we hadn't heard from in many years, giving their condolences and talking about just how sweet and how loving Choco was, and that they remembered her from the university. So I've heard some talk that Choco might be getting a degree from the University of Bellarmine. So we're looking forward to see that. I've had some people reach out to me over the past several days since Thursday night, and especially Friday. And like I said, 2 or 3 people I did not expect to, 3 people exactly, I did not expect to hear a word from. And a 4th person that when his dog died, I reached out to him. I called him. I left him a message. Of course, he never called back. And then when my dog dies, I never heard a word. The 3 people I didn't think I'd hear from did reach out. So, I don't know. Y'all don't be afraid to comment, guys. Yeah, I'm going to cry. That's going to be part of it. And I'll check donations. But yeah, the vet bills came up to nearly $1,000 for the test, the blood work, the euthanization, the cremation. But what do you do? And I guess I need to be thankful that it happened the way it did. The last thing I wanted to happen was to wake up with her and her not be with me in my bed. That, because as I told people, I'm a 65-year-old man with not the best heart. And that might have been more than I could have dealt with. And that sounds selfish to look at it that way. But it was also been selfish to put her through any more time. But we had 2 vets in a row tell us that she probably didn't have another 24 hours, even though we took her to Royals Chicken. Thank you, Royals, for having her down. She got her last meal there. Got anything she wanted. Met some new people. Ate her some chicken. Drank a lot of water. And she had a great last day. And she went out just as strong as she came in. And I know that all of us that are dog lovers have been here before. Whether our dog lived a year, poor Eunice has been through so many dogs over the past 4 or 5 years. Hell, at one point she had 20-something dogs in her house. And she tries to save every dog she meets. And for me to go through this twice in 8 years, with Misty 8 years ago, Jackson 9 years ago, and now Choco, Eunice goes through this seemingly every few months with her dogs. I'm going to be a mess, guys, but like I said, I owe Choco the show. I can use some help. Are we going to ignore our Filipino families? Nope. And we have not been ignoring them through this time. We have helped try to keep floating along as many people as we can. The ones that are needing the most serious of help right now, because like I said, I don't want to ignore them either. And whatever we can do to help out my situation is appreciated. I did have one of the fans write and says that he's going to make a nice challenge tonight. When I see that challenge, I'll let you know. I will mention the 3 people that reached out. I'll read the donation that's up here that I'm sure you all can see in the chat. I'll read those in a little bit. Wes Gillum says he's sorry. I appreciate that. She's always going to be a puppy to me, man. Chris Souter, sorry for your loss. And like I said, we appreciate our members and our memberships. That's how you help support the show and support me doing these shows. I have not got to watch Raw the last 2 weeks. I did finally see the pay-per-view. So for those that want to talk a little wrestling, I can't give you much because I have not seen the last 2 Raws. I will eventually. But I did see the pay-per-view. Been trying to keep up with my Cincinnati Reds a little bit. It's like they're trying to make me feel good. Sorry to hear about Choco, Kenny. I know, man. It's and then Two Cow, who has lost 30 pounds over the last year, they said may have added some years to his life. We thought he was sick. We spent nearly $300 on him because we thought he was deathly sick. But now the vet says the best thing that could ever happen to him. There he is. He just laid down. That's Two Cow back there. And I love him to death. And I tell you what, I don't know where I would be without the 2 I've got right now. If I'd only had Choco, you think I'm a mess now? These 2 have been trying to get me through it. And they're sad too. They know something's wrong. And that ain't right. I mean, these babies have been together every day. Choco was first. And then Two Cow came just a few months after, or about a year and a few months after Choco. And then Scooby, he will be here. He will turn 6 November 11th. And then about 4 months later, he will be here 6 years. Which in Filipino time is an eternity because they unfortunately, just due to how things are over there, it's hard for them to have their dogs longer than a couple of 3-year old dogs over there are 4 or 5 years old. Filipino Scooby, I think, is now about 5 years old, which is rare. And we've spent a lot of money keeping Filipino Scooby alive. Not as much as we got to spend here, but a lot of money for the average Filipino. It's a lot of money. Shout out to our sponsors, Arby's, who we were in talks with about becoming a sole sponsor. They talked to us about that. McDonald's, I honestly to God don't get to go to very much anymore. We got 3 locations that we try to say good things about, the one out in LaGrange and a couple of them on Bardstown Road. Royals Chicken, who's been very good to us over the years. We may have to do away with the sponsorship due to new management decisions about not even wanting to cover their employees' meals. So we might have to wrap things up with Royals in the near future, but we still think the world of them. They're good people down there, and I highly encourage you to get their food. No grudges or anything. Just a management decision about where they're spending money, and when they're not going to cover their employees' meals, we don't expect them to be investing time into the show. So we'll see how that plays out. We'll keep them up probably through the end of this month. But we might be looking for a replacement. We are in negotiations with a new burger place that I will be going to tomorrow. Was supposed to go today, but had to reschedule it for emotional reasons. But I will be getting there tomorrow. There is a new burger place wanting to talk with us, and place that I like a lot that I haven't been to in about 6 years. And then, of course, Carrabba's. I don't get to go there that often, but they're good people, and when we need anything from Carrabba's, they're normally there for us. And then, of course, the Fish House. If you want some goddamn good fish, man, that's where you go. And Arby's has just been gold to us. Probably going there either later this week or early next week to go visit our sponsors. The world keeps rotating. The world keeps moving. Yeah, I'm going to be sad as shit for quite some time. I still cry over Misty. She died on her birthday when I moved into this apartment almost 8 years ago, as of the first week of May. That was when we had to have her put down on her birthday, her 18th birthday. And her ashes are in my kitchen. And Choco, I think we're going to divide 3 ways. And I think we have to pick her ashes up tomorrow. And man, that is not going to be easy. I know this is a sad show. Some of you might even be avoiding it just due to knowing what the content's going to be, and I get it. I don't blame you. And we only got about, I think we peaked at 24 of you, and 5 of you already left. So, because this is not going to be your traditional show, I will answer questions as best I can. If any of y'all have any experiences with Choco or any thoughts about Choco, obviously we're happy to do and talk about that. If you're watching the show and you can make any type of a donation whatsoever to help us out, it would be greatly appreciated. We can use all the help we can get. I know we're not going to raise enough to cover it all, but any help whatsoever would be greatly appreciated. Even from the new people that I see in here, you know, good old Wes Gillum. I think Wes used to donate on the show, but he's oh, okay. That's Matt's. Well, Matt could come in here himself and give his condolences. There's nothing stopping him. I haven't heard a word from Matt since Choco passed away, so he's fully capable of doing that himself. There is just enough snap in me that don't send relatives to give condolences. Do it yourself. You know, I don't send my son to give condolences when it needs to be me to be the one to do it. So, but thank you, Wes. I appreciate it. Trust me, I'm not looking for a donation from Matt. I'm not going to hold my breath on that one. Let's see. Like I said, I still got a little bit of bite in me. So let's get the donation that we see here, if I can read the thing. For Sweet Choco, who every time I came would shake her tail, and pee herself. She did. And if you let her, because she was so happy for a visit. She loved mostly everybody she ever met. There were 2 people that she defended me against that were told not to come in my home that came in anyway. Yeah, they were maintenance men. One of them, they barged in on my mother. That didn't go well. And then another one walked up on me here recently, was told not to and did. And she let them know that that wasn't a good idea. And they threatened me with her then, and she just did her job. She just did her job. She is trained to protect me. They all are. And I had somebody point out to me, they said, Kenny, anybody that would ever try to break in your home is a fucking idiot. Your windows are normally open. There's normally a dog in each window. And anybody that ever tried to break in on you, they might get one of the dogs, maybe. They're not going to get all 3. And it ain't going to go well for whoever tries this. And but Choco just basically loved everybody. As long as she didn't think you were trying to fuck me over, she loved everybody. And the ghost, as you all know, is Chris Schmidt. I've had Chris blocked for a while because we don't hear much from Chris anymore. Not on this show. And I was mad at Chris and a couple of others that reached out to me today because they talked shit about me on another show. Said my charity wasn't real and that I kept 90% of the money and all this shit. And I didn't have time for that shit. And so I had blocked them all. Well, today I've unblocked them, or at least the ones I could. I could not find Michael's Facebook page, but I did unblock him on Twitter. He said he wanted to reach out. I haven't heard from him. I even gave him one of my phone numbers, and I still haven't heard from him. So, but I did, Chris, I did unblock him, and thank you for your memories of Choco. And yeah, you met her many times. You've done podcasts over here, and a loving, loving dog, as long as you weren't trying to hurt me. 2 for 2 versus maintenance man, though, and one of them recently. So, and their threats did not go very far. The threats did not go far once everything was explained. Nothing like the love of a dog. I agree. Now, obviously, membership here still has its privileges. So if you have a membership, and I will post your comments if you make a donation. I doubt Chris has a membership. I don't guess. Maybe he does. I don't know. But if you make a donation or if you have a membership, then I'll grant you a comment or 2. And being as this is about Choco, Wes does not have a membership. Wes has not made a donation. Neither has Matthew. but I still acknowledged his comments, being what tonight is. And I was going to play a tribute. I was Blake McChristy, my old buddy. He's got his membership. How you doing, Blake? Nice to see you. And once again, Chris, is that a $20 challenge? We're now, so you all know, I do not get that until July 21st, because right now they're calculating June money, and then June money is paid out. This is weird how they do it. Took me forever to figure this shit out as to how those payments were distributed. But any donations made in here tonight, we get July the 21st. So it's nice, and we appreciate it, and we like to know that it's coming. But if you have the ways to donate that you see on the screen, either through our corporate account, Bolin Services Incorporated, or the ways that people have always donated, Kenny Bolin at msn.com, foodforfilipinos@gmail.com, Venmo, Kenny-Bolin-1, and Cash App, $ Starmaker Bolin. Those are all ways to donate. And let me know where you want your money to go. If you want to help out with Choco's expenses, those are greatly appreciated. If you're watching after the show, those don't, trust me, I can use some help. I ain't going to beg you. I'm not going to shame you. But if you're in a position to be of a little bit of help, I'm sure at some point, if everybody that watched the show tonight donated a little bit, it would be a big help. But if you want your money to go to Ruby May needs a 25 kilogram bag of rice, which is about 1,600 pesos. She needs a few school supplies. We got her some. She needs a few more. She needs a raincoat because it's raining over there. She couldn't even go to school yesterday because the rain was so heavy and she didn't have an umbrella. So we're not buying umbrellas for Filipinos anymore because the bad wind and storms ruin their umbrellas. We're going to buy raincoats. Umbrellas are about $5 or $6. Raincoats are $8 to $10. The raincoat will last a long time and keeps their clothes dry. Don't have to worry about the wind ruining it. So we're going to get them raincoats from now on. So we're going to try to get Ruby May a raincoat, 25 kilograms of rice for her and her family and her brother and sister. I think everything she needed was going to come to the neighborhood of about $45. So if somebody out there wants to sponsor Ruby May, I assure you, your money will go where you tell me to put it, whether it's for Choco or whether it's for Ruby May. Jambi is needing some help with some school supplies. We gave her a little bit of help yesterday because, as you all know, I haven't done a whole lot since Thursday, since Choco got sick. But we still had a bunch of people that we had to help. Bob has helped a couple of families out during that time as well. I'm shocked Bob didn't cancel Nerd Night to come here tonight. Nerd Night must be really important. But he did make a tribute video. I just don't know if that video has been uploaded or not. I asked him or Coltrane if they could do that, and I don't know. So we have the $20 challenge out of Chris, the ghost. Thank you, Chris. And I did unblock him today. And let's all try to be better people, you know, on both, because y'all know I don't troll you guys. You know, I get irritated at you sometimes, but I don't go over there stalking you guys or trolling you or saying bad shit about you that's not true. If I say something, I'm probably going to be able to back it up. So let's just all be better people in honor of Choco. Choco was good. Choco loved everybody, unless you tried to hurt me. The three of you all tried to hurt me. Choco probably should have bit all three of you. But I'm going to miss her for a long time. Not today. Oh, TC. Hey, all looking at a. Yep, losing. I think, yeah, losing a pet. I agree with that. He's got his membership. Not today, though. I haven't. Oh, okay. Wes says he has donated. Not today, though. Well, today would be a good day. That's kind of why we're here. A tribute show, and whoever can be. Like I said, you ain't got to break your damn bank account. Give up a fucking fast food meal. That's why I never order out, because normally I was looking. I got Uber Eats. I got a $20 discount. on Uber Eats. Anything I order, I get $20 off from it. They got buy one, get one at Popeyes. But in order to get the buy one, get one at Popeyes, to get the $20 discount, you have to order $30 worth of food. So you order the $30 worth of food, you get your $20 discount. Then they factor in the tip and the fees, and you're still out $35. And I'd get 8 boxes of chicken, 8 6-piece dinners. So what I'm going to do, I'll check it, Wes. Thank you, man. I'll check it. I'm just fucking with you, and everybody else. So, but I'm going to read the donations here in a little bit, because we had one surprise donation come in early today. I've been told we're going to have a nice challenge come through today out of one of our regulars. I'll be reading that a little bit. But thank you, Wes. I do appreciate it. Tell Matt wouldn't hurt him to reach in his pocket every once in a great while, other than when he's buying expensive-ass WWE tickets, replica belts, front row seats at SmackDown, or whatever he bought from me. I can't even remember what he bought now. Billy Sellers. Billy, you said you had your membership, but it ain't there. Billy sent $10. Now Billy did make to clear everybody up on Billy's situation. Billy made a $240 commitment to buy a blue BS dog leash, like these cups you see. And he wanted to buy a autographed John Cena, Mr. Cena picture that John Cena Sr. Sent a couple of extra pictures over with letters of authenticity. And he wanted me to sell them for $350, but Billy's been good to us in the past. And we got permission to let Billy have the picture for $200 and the leash for $40. That was $150 savings on the picture. And I've got the last 2 that are going to be able to be sold. And I also have that other one that Mr. Cena said to sell for $350 because he's gotten as much as $900 out of that picture before. He says, I don't think $350 is too much to ask. And I've got the last one available. There are no more, but no one has offered the $350 yet. So we're not going to sell it until we do. But Billy, you said you had your membership and it ain't there. So you might want to look into that. But Billy has promised he will make good next month. I don't know what happened this month, because this is the month he made the pledge. But once he honors his pledge, we will be more than happy to mail him the picture and a few other goodies. Plus, I owe him a couple of other pictures, and we'll get him taken care of on everything in one mailing. But Billy, as you can tell, you don't have your membership, and it's only $3 fucking. So it's about time to fix that, Billy. And we will trust Billy one more time to make good, I guess, in 21 days on his pledge that he made last month. And now the people that I heard from today were not only Bad Chris. I haven't heard from Good Chris yet, but Bad Chris. Dustin Anderson, Choco and Tucow were the world's most famous dogs. Well, they're reasonably famous. I don't know about Lassie and Ren 1010, but they were reasonably famous. Thank you, Dustin. I appreciate it. Dustin Anderson ain't got a membership. God damn, Dustin. I thought you were a more loyal viewer than that. But yeah, we're checking donations, and thank you, Dustin. I appreciate it. Dustin, I think, used to have one of my YouTube TV accounts. Used to. And so let me check here and see what we got in the donation category. Looks like we got a little something going on. But like I said, a Good Chris has donated $20. Jake Walker, hey, Kenny, sending positive. Thank you, Jake. I appreciate it. Dustin, May card expired. I'll have to re-up again. All right. Well, we need to have you do that, buddy. Eunice is watching. Eunice, why did you do away with your profile picture, sweetie? Oh, and by the way, today is Eunice's sister, Leo Rhine. Now, I don't know if they call her Lorraine or Leo Rhine, but today is her birthday. How old is Leo today, Eunice? She's celebrating her birthday today. We didn't have any money to send her. She wants McDonald's for her birthday. So if anybody would like to sponsor, no, she's... Well, oh, you're right. Which one's Leo Rhine? Don't you have a sister called Leo Rhine, or have I got her, or is that Jelly Bean's sister? I got somebody confused. Cadelsa, you're right, sweetie. Pardon me, honey. It's been a rough few days. I'm sorry. We had 30 of you in here, but we lost 8 of you. So how old is Cadelsa? And I'm sorry, I thought her name was... Who's Leo Ryan? I don't know. I'm old. They're going to be putting me down next. I'd almost rather it have been that way. They almost put me down in October when I had sepsis. They said I was about 12 hours away from being put down. The second from me is Leo Ryan. Okay, so I keep forgetting you got 2 sisters. You are the main one I talk to. And you got she's 9 years old today. Well, Cadelsa wanted McDonald's for her birthday. I don't know how much that is there, damn near about as much as it is here. Or if they got Jolly Bees around there, but she wanted McDonald's for her birthday. Of course, you can't get one kid McDonald's without getting all the kids McDonald's. So we may have to look into an alternative program because all the kids getting McDonald's in this day and age, even in the Philippines, gets a tad bit expensive. And supposedly I'm going to get a bonus check on Friday. My bonus is supposed to be nice, but it ain't going to be nice enough to cover all these expenses. I do know that. She's smart. I've heard you talk about how smart and talented she is. Well, do tell her happy birthday for me. And if anybody wants to be of a sponsor for that. But of all people, Broke-Ass Barkley reached out to me today through a donation and made a $25 challenge. And said that he gave his condolences. So I unblocked him. I didn't want to be a dick like some of my friends who I've reached out to that when their dog died and have not reached out to me in any way, shape, form, or fashion because, my God, I once did Vince Russo's show for money. Oh, shit. That's an unforgivable offense. And so no, I never, but Broke-Ass, so I unblocked Broke-Ass and I've told him why he got blocked. You know, y'all talked a lot of shit about me and my show and my charity, claiming I kept 90% of the money and y'all fucking knew it wasn't true. And you went over there and said that shit anyway. You said my charity was fake, that I didn't really have a 501c3. So I was really pissed. You know, when I got fucking written proof from the goddamn government that tells you what I've got and then y'all still call it fake. And even my old buddy Chris wouldn't do anything to help me out to squash those rumors. I got rid of 3 of you. But apparently Michael, which is what I call him, reached out today as well, or told people he wanted to reach out. So I gave him a phone number that he could reach me at. I have not heard from him. I haven't seen any donations from him. And but Broke-Ass Barkley did donate $25. And some of you are saying, well, I guess he's really broke. So I don't know. He made the gesture and it was nice of him to do that. So, and then Chris with 20. Like I said, I haven't heard anything from Michael. So those were the donations that came in so far. So let me see. Randy the Macho Man Satterley has made a $20 donation. He says, King, let's do this. Thank you. TC from the NC has donated $10, even though he's worth about $250,000 right now. Thank you, TC. I appreciate it. Daniel Lemley has made a $15 challenge. Thank you, Daniel. These are all of our regulars that have always been very good at supporting us. Thank you very much. BK Jellison has donated $10. Thank you very much. Sorry for your loss, King. I appreciate it, man. Does BK stand for Burger King? I'd like about a double Whopper right about now. And then we have a $10 donation from Wes's uncle, and a donation for Choco from the Gillum family, and he's donated $10. So we have 25 from Broke-Ass Barkley, 20 from Randy the Macho Man Satterley, T-Free from the NC with 10, $15 from Daniel Emily, $10 from BK Jellison on PayPal, and Brian on Cash App donated $10. And let's see, there's where I sent $20 to a family that needed help, so that don't count. And William Sellers had donated $10 yesterday, so let's not forget William. He donated $10 yesterday. and says he will make good on his 240 next month. So we're trusting you, buddy. I got you, Wes. I appreciate it. And I think I've got all the King. If we can raise an additional $100, and trust me, even with an additional 100 and the challenge he's about to make, the vet bills, cremation, euthanization was under $1,000 and over 900 for everything. So I don't have the exact amount in front of me. And like I said, I know damn well we're not going to cover it all, but any help is appreciated. And Edge Copeland says, if we can get an additional $100, I will match that 100. Or if anybody would like to take my $100 challenge, that's fine too. So that is from Edge Copeland. We appreciate that. Daniel, and I'll have to spell his last name because I'm not good at pronunciating some things. OWCZARSKI has donated $5. So we appreciate that. Billy Sellers donated $5 in here. And like I said, we will get that on July the 1st. I'm sorry, July 21st. Any donations made in here, we will get July 21st. So if you have the ability to make them other ways, then that's great. Anybody who wants to sponsor Ruby May's situation for a raincoat, eggs, and rice, the eggs are going to be about $10 for 30 eggs for her entire family. Rice is going to be about 30, so it's 30, 40, and then about $10 for a raincoat. So we're trying to raise about $50 just for her alone. And so anybody wants to help out Ruby May, and I think y'all remember her by now. I'll see if I can show some pictures later to remind you. Eunice, in all honesty, honey, as much as I'd love to help your sister get some McDonald's, we can't afford to get everybody McDonald's. So let's hope my bonus check is decent, and we'll see if we can do a little something special. It might not be McDonald's, but we'll make sure y'all get at least some hamburgers for you and the kids, and we'll try to do something, maybe Jollibee or something more affordable. We could send one kid to McDonald's, but sending all of you would be very expensive, especially under the current situation. And so Edge Copeland has made a $100 challenge. If we can get an additional $100, he said he will match it. Or if there's any individual out there that would like to match his donation. I'm not holding my breath on that one. And Matthew finally sends his condolences. No donation, but he did send his condolences. So thank you, Matthew. Matthew's got replica belts and food to order. Let's see. Yeah, Cadelsa is 9 years old today, so happy birthday to Eunice's sister. Honey Rose says she's very sleepy. She's at her on-the-job training today. It's a long ride there, long ride back. And she has to do 250 hours of free on-the-job training to get her diploma. Philippines have a great thing going. Jambi sent us a picture of her at work today. How you doing, Jambi? Thank you for watching the show. And so those are the challenges and donations that we have so far. And if you make a donation and I haven't seen it, feel free. Let me look another. Nope, that looks like what we got so far, guys. That's what we got so far. And, well, that's all right, Billy. It's all right. And I've already told everybody that you said you were going to make good on your $240 pledge next month. Don't know what happened this month. You never did tell me, but other than your bank thing. But hopefully we'll get that next month, and we'll get your autographs out to you and your John Cena picture and everything. But Billy, you told me you got your membership back, but it ain't there. I have to get a new card. It wasn't letting me get my membership. Okay. All righty. I sent this link to almost everybody that I knew that has ever watched this show, whether they've donated or not. But maybe some people just think, I think we peaked at 30 people and we got 21 right now. So I'm not going to bore you all too long. I'm going to hang in here till 10:05 and see how the donations go. It doesn't appear it's going to go that well. Like I said, Edge Copeland said if we could make another $100 tonight, that he would match that. But we haven't seen $1 since that happened. So, oh well. So I guess if y'all have any questions, I'll look and see if that tribute video ever got uploaded. There's loop, background. I do not see the tribute video uploaded. Winter, yeah, no. Eunice's Last Christmas. Let me play Eunice's song for a little bit. Maybe y'all will donate if you see that.
So, hi Daddy Kenny, hi Sir Bob, and hello to you all. For today's video, I'm going to sing some song, and it's called Last Christmas. It's just a very short cover of me. So, I hope you like it. Actually, honestly, I have a sore throat today, and my throat is kinda hurt, but it's okay. I can sing for you all. Besides, my guitar is already here. So, okay, let's do a cover of it. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Once bitten and twice shy, I keep my distance, but you still catch my eye. Tell me, baby, do you recognize me? Well, it's been a year, it doesn't surprise me. I wrap it up and send it with a note saying I love you, I mean it. Now I know what a fool I've been, but if you kiss me now, I know you'd fool me again. Last Christmas I gave you my heart, but the very next day you gave it away. This year, save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Last Christmas I gave you my heart, but the very next day you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Thank you. Thank you for listening to my song. I hope you like it. Merry Christmas.
Well, we hadn't seen that in a while, so that was nice. And let's see here. So yeah, we threw Billy's donation up there, and then we had the Ghost make his $20 challenge. Bad Chris, that's Bad Chris. Now, Good Chris normally donates once a month, and he's got a particular date that he normally donates on, but I forget what that date is. We thought Narn Anderson might donate, but he's got his membership, but no, we didn't get a donation from him yet. And let's see. Wes did donate $10. We appreciate that. That might be one of the donations that came through that I did not recognize the name from. He would have to let me know, because I did not recognize that one. And let's see here. I hope to get a new car. Okay. Did Bob get my picture of my belts, Kenny? I don't know. I haven't heard from Bob. I wrote them to see if they could upload the tribute video that most of you have seen. I sent you all a tribute video that Bob made, and he was right. It did make me cry. Would probably make me cry again if I played it on the show. but I would, because it's a beautiful video set to a song by Maroon 5. I did not know that today till Maya saw the video and she told me that she hates Maroon 5, which I didn't know. So we hate to have the aged. So we've been here 50 minutes. We don't have one donation to answer the $100 challenge from Edge Copeland. And the way he worded it, we're only getting the $100 as if we get $100 more in the room, which would be 5 people donating 20 or 10 people donating 10. And it ain't looking good because we only got 22 people watching the show. So I'll be here 6 more minutes and we'll see how it goes. And then try to do this again on Thursday. And but it's only June the 10th. I know, honey. We all miss our sweet little Choco. We miss her. She's our baby. I'm actually doing better than I thought I would. But when you've been crying Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and about half the day Tuesday, it is a huge adjustment. And but for any of you that have had a dog 10 years, 12 years, 18 years in my case, in one instant, I think the world's oldest dog was 24 years. So poor old Misty was only 6 years away from being the world's oldest dog. I mean, they truly, truly become your family. And I noticed nobody's really talking about wrestling tonight because other than the pay-per-view, I haven't seen much of anything. Very proud of my Cincinnati Reds, though, for those of you that are baseball fans or Cincinnati Reds fans. And there was a catch that happened last night in the Oakland A's baseball game. That was in the first inning. It was Oakland versus Anaheim. It might be the greatest baseball catch in a major league game I have ever seen. The center fielder that made the catch, you're welcome, sweetie. Well, of course it does. Of course. Well, I didn't have the tribute video, which I'm shocked Bob didn't upload that. Well, I asked him to. That's all I can do. Maybe Thursday we can play the tribute video. But I figured, Eunice, if we didn't have the tribute video to Choco, we would play your Christmas song. And you did such a good job. I miss my little guy if he died. Well, yeah, that comes with the territory. It comes with the territory. And whether we've had them 6 weeks or 6 years or 16 years, obviously we miss them. But, and we ain't trying to say Choco was the world's smartest dog, but goddamn, she was independent. She, when you took her walking, you didn't. She took you walking. She would tell me, myself, well, it wasn't me that walked her much because I can't. But whenever my son would take her walking, she told him where they were going. We're going to go left or right. Choco would decide that. We're going to stop and visit some people. Choco would decide that. You ready to go back home? Choco would decide that. And even here around the house, she had strategies. I posted a picture of all 3 dogs lined up in the kitchen. And it was always Choco to the far right, always 2 Cow in the middle. And then Scooby would either be to the left or behind both of them. Because in Scooby's mind, he's trying to be the polite dog who's not being over assumptive that he's going to get a snack. So he's hanging out in the back because he knows I'll say, oh, look at Scooby being good, and then pitch him a snack. Choco was always lined up to the right because she knew whoever was on the right got their snack first because that's where the kitchen counter is. So that was her strategy. I'm going to eat first. Plus, I'm the oldest. Plus, I'm the girl. Ladies eat first. The oldest eat first. Other than me, she was the oldest. So she always had a strategy. And when we, in the living room, if I was sitting here at the computer desk and I was having snacks or whatever, or share my food with the dogs, which I normally did, whether it be chili, spaghetti, mac and cheese, or what the hell ever, the dogs always get some of what I got. Artichoke dip. Bob did make me a redesigned logo lid. Instead of spinach artichoke dip, it now professionally says spinach artichoke dip. Why I did not think of that when she was with us, because she loved artichoke dip. And if I had some, she was getting some on Ritz crackers. And So Bob made me a lid that says Artichoco. And I would give anything if we could put that in the stores and sell it with her picture as an endorsement as Artichoco dip, because she loved that stuff. And I had some today, and I'll probably have some every day for the rest of my life. I love spinach artichoke dip. And especially when I look at the lid and I see spinach artichoco. So just something goofy. But when we would eat in here, I'm in my computer chair. And if I'm sitting like this, Choco would be behind me where you see my hand right now. Scooby and Tucow would be here to the front. Well, the strategy was if I sit behind him, I get my own food and I don't have to share it with anybody. Scooby and Tucow, they have to share their food. And one will get it and the other one won't, or vice versa. But if she's sitting behind me, I get my own food on my own terms. And if I drop it, one of the other two dogs ain't going to get it. If I give it to them in front and all three dogs are there, whatever hits the floor is a three-way dance to see who gets what hit the floor. Choco eliminated that competition. And like I said, she was so smart. She knew good people from bad people. And me and my son both come up with a saying that if Choco don't like you, I don't like you. And Choco never liked my neighbor. Choco loves so many people. But I got a neighbor next door. She never he's been there 3 or 4 years, I guess. Never liked him. And I guess if I had to criticize, he could come across as a pretentious, rich white fuck. Hope he ain't watching. There are some people that have said that. And I do know that a lot of wealthy people go over and visit him. And he lives in the house next door to me. And I could see where he could be taken as a pretentious white fuck, rich white fuck. And pays attention to a lot of shit that most normal people wouldn't pay attention to. He's the one that got mad at me when Scooby peed on his wall. He's got a 96-foot wall over there. And if Scooby took liberties with his leash, he would go over and pee on the wall. Well, all kinds of dogs pee on this wall. I got a 96-foot wall too. 98 feet, whatever it is. And dogs pee on this wall all the time. No one gives a shit. Dogs pee on walls. But he was out there one night about 9:30 at night with a headlight on. You know those lights that you strap on your head? Waiting to see when my dog was going to go out to see if he could see with visual proof Scooby peeing on his wall. And he did. And I was about to do the show. It was one of those nights we had a 9:35 start. So I'm out there at about 9:20 letting Scooby go pee. And he sees this happen and he yells at me from across the way behind his barred fence. And he says, "Hey, Scooby just peed on my wall." I lean over and go, "Sorry." And then I lean back. He says, "Please," he says, "we can't have that." He says, "I can smell that." And I'm going, "You got to be shitting me. There must be 15 dogs a day pee on the wall of this building. No one's ever smelled shit. I live here. I've never smelled anything. No one's ever fucking complained. Nobody, none of the people, there's five families live in this building. None of us have ever given a shit if anybody pees on the wall. Now, only 2 of us are on the lower level. Nobody's pissing on the 3rd floor or the 3rd floor. So there's only 2 families that would give a shit. None of us ever have. So he's continuing to yell. And I'm leaning over. I said, "I got it." And I lean back like, "You miserable fuck." And he says, "Are you being disingenuous with me?" I lean over. I said, "Maybe." So all over a dog peeing on a 90-something foot wall. And there's about 4 or 5 families in his building. I think he's the owner of it. I'm pretty sure he is. And he rents to these other people. And I think there's only 1 or 2 families that live on the lower level. But what do you do? What do you do? So we don't have many comments. I think you guys are fed up with my shit for tonight. So it's 10:08. I said we were wrapping up at 10:05, but I did have quite a few. Let's see here. Let's go to focused. Nope, not one other donation. Oh well, that kind of surprises me. I thought we'd do better. I thought we'd do better. No one's commenting either, so there's not really any reason for me to hang around. I don't have any tribute video to play. And it's 10:08. And we haven't had a donation since, what was the last one we got? Daniel OWCZ donated his $5. OWCZARSKI. Or I'm going to fuck it up, so I'm not even going to try. But whoever that is donated $5, and they never took credit for it in here. So, let me go to other. Nope, nothing there. All right, well, y'all have made your statement, and we only got 20. We lost 10 of you anyway, so I guess y'all didn't want to do the tribute show. So I would like to thank everybody that did donate, and I appreciate it. I cried way less on here than I thought, but then again, I didn't get to play the tribute video either. I should be around. I miss you Thursday, Kenny. I guess I'll be back here this Thursday. I guess. We'll see how everything goes. And yeah, so we did right at an hour. 1 hour and 1 minute, counting credits and everything. So thanks to those of you that did donate. I appreciate it. I don't know if Edge Copeland will honor his $100 or not, because not one person donated after he said he would match the 100. So if anybody donates after the show, I will let him know and be honest and transparent about it. And nobody donated to help Ruby either. So if you watch the show and you would like to help Ruby May's family, they could use your help. Eunice's family could use a little bit more help. Jambi's family could use some school supplies. And then whoever would like to help out with Choco's expenses between the medical bills, the euthanization, and the cremation is greatly appreciated. I am blown away at how few people came to the show. So, oh well. This is when you learn who the people are that truly love you and what you're about and what your dog's about. And at least now I know. So thanks to all of you that showed up. And for those of you that might show up later, thank you much. And until Thursday night at 9:05 p.m., I am the Star Maker. And for my sweet loving Choco, I did say good day.